Hi everybody and welcome back to another Sharing Sunday with me, Helen Armstrong from Pandrapops Crafting Joyful Moments. Today we're taking a little bit of a departure from what we normally do, and I'm going to show you the Sunniest Stories scrapbooking kit from Stampin Up. This is a kit that came out on the beginning of in the beginning of April, and if you're watching this video later on down the line, it is April, Sunday the 19th, 2026. So yeah, this kit has just come out in April 2026, and it is one of the very few kit releases from Stampin Up that is actually scrapbooking. They already do scrapbooking kits linked in with some of the papers and some of the bundles, stamps and die bundles that we release. But this is one of the first dedicated scrapbooking kits, and I thought I'd get it, give it a go, see whether I like it or not. I've recently got back into scrapbooking and I printed off some pictures, so my interpretation of this will not be the same as what is here. I'll stick somewhat to it, but I'm going to go through the first 3 pages with you this morning, or rather this afternoon, because it is the afternoon and I'm recording this. Yeah. So this kit creates enough for 6 double page spreads. So we've got this one here, this one here, and number 3. And then we have, let's turn it over. And we have another 3 on this side. The colours that are used in this kit are Azure Afternoon, Basic Beige, let's get my words out, Basic Black, Calypso Coral, Darling Duckling, Night of Navy, Petal Pink and Shaded Spruce. And this is what you get in the kit. All this. You also get the adhesive, so you get some little adhesive dots, you get some small dimensionals, and if I can find it, which I can't get my hands on it straight away now, you do get a roll of tearing tape. You also get a roll of tearing tape in with this as well to help you stick everything together. Now, as I say, I have gone a little bit away from the kit itself because I felt as if I needed to, because the pictures I'm scrapbooking are of a holiday that we had in Cornwall in 2019. And I decided to just change it up a little bit. But I'll show you as I go on. We're going to do the first 3 pages together, and I'll show you the bits that I've used from the kit and also the extra bits that I'm adding. You can use the kit as is, because it is a beautiful kit. But as I say, I tend to like to think outside the box a little bit, and I'm just stepping up that little bit more just for me, because it's my scrapbook. All right, let's get started. So we're going to do this first double page here. So I put everything in page protectors already. I put all the bits together. I separated all the bits from the kit that should go with these pages. So I've got all of those bits here. And I'm just going to move them over to this side out of the way with my pictures as well. And then we can add them as we go on. So on this first one, it is a full big picture, which I have got. So I'm going to get those bits. One of the things I've also already pre-done, which was use, I'll just grab it, I can find it. Yeah, is it here? No, for some reason I don't have the sheet that I got my numbers out of, and I don't know. Oh, there it is. Is it there? Yeah. So one of the sheets that comes with this kit has numbers. So what I did was I used the negatives on this strip of paper to do 2019. That's all I did. To create the 2019 for, because it was 2019 that we went to Cornwall. Okay, I'm also, because it's a sea theme, I'm just going to do some quick stamping. I'm not going to use the dies, I'm just going to use the stamps from the Rolling Waves bundle from Stampin' Up. Just to add some seaside theme to this. So they have a gorgeous sort of sea foam type thing, and they also got some starfish and bits and pieces. So I'm going to do that first. I'm just going to add some texture to our kit, and I realise I need to have my bigger block. There we go. Always try and use the block that's nearest to your stamp size. It always works better. And I'm going to bring in some Pool Party. It's not one of the colours, but I'm going to bring in some Pool Party, and I'm also going to bring in some Azure Afternoon, which is one of the colours. And this is just for my front page before I start adding all the extra bits to it. Just adds a little bit more texture as well. So I'm doing 3 of those. And I'm going to bring in some Azure Afternoon, but I'm going to bring it in the bigger stamp that we have here. So this is so I've used this one on here, and then I'm going to use the bigger one, which again I will need to use my big stamping block. So this is stamping block I. And I'm just going to pick up some of that colour. I'm just going to add some over the top. I'm just going to try not so I don't get some lines on it. That might be a bit better. Okay, I'm just going to do a little bit of swirling. That's it. Perfect. Okay, and let's just do a little bit down here. Oh, got my starfish. I'm going to do some second imprints. Okay, I'm very happy with that. Okay, I might add some starfish depending on when we build the scene, how that looks, but let's just put that to one side right now. Okay, and let's start building. And I just also must realise, stop putting my fingers in the ink, because I don't know whether you can see. I've already put ink on my page and down here. Not worrying about it, it'll add to the texture of the page. Yeah. I'm just going to clean these off for now because I might end up using them again. Stick that on the back side of it. I might end up using it on the other page. Okay. Right, so let's start layering. So one of the first things it has on this page is this big picture here with some blue behind it. A striped element. We have a tab. We've got a paper clip. These all come on our page, so I'm just going to just put that there whilst I build our page. I'm actually going to put I actually need to get the right photograph. Here we go. So this is the photograph I'm using. This was one of the early morning sunrises that we watched when we were in our little place. We actually went to a place called St Austell in Cornwall. If you've been, you'll know what a beautiful place it is to go and relax and to have a few days away. Yeah, we absolutely adored it. So much so that it is somewhere that we are going to be going back to. Hopefully in the next year or so. What I've also done is I rounded my corners on this. Using our corner rounder. I prefer a rounded corner. Yeah. So I'm going to slowly build this up together. I'm actually going to place my blue. Because obviously I'm not using the exact same things that are on this. I'm picking up things that I really enjoyed using. I really enjoy using. So I'm going to, this is how mine's going to start layering here. Okay, what else do we need? So we do have a pocket. I'm not sure what I've done with my pocket for this particular layout. You know, when you have everything out ready, and yet you can't find it once you start making. That's just about right for me. Oh, is that? I put it out and I didn't put it back in. So that's my pocket. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this down a little bit. It's too stark for me. So I'm actually going to just put that to one side. And I'm actually going to just pick up a blue, and I'm going to pick up our Rosier Afternoon. And I'm just going to knock it back a little bit with the blue, just to pick up a bit more of that blue. And again, look who's managed to get her fingers in the ink. Yeah, I'm very good at that, aren't I? And I'm also going to knock it back slightly on the inside as well, just to pick up the blue. I can't wait till all of our colours are in the new ink pads, and that will stop me getting colour everywhere with my nails and everything else. Let's just go over that front bit a little bit just to knock that back as well. Okay. That I'm happier with. Just knocks it back ever so slightly. So let's bring our page back in. Yeah, happier with that. I can stick a flower over there, or maybe a starfish. So let's start getting layered with this. We may actually only get one of our pages, or maybe one or two of our pages done today, because I don't want this video to be massively long. Okay, so I'm just going to layer that there. Happy with that. I'm then going to put some glue. You can use the, I mean, I'm just using the glue because I have it freely available. Obviously, you can use the tear and tape that came with the kit. Okay, and I'm now going to just layer that on top. I might actually have it so it's joining there. So I'm using the lines of the paper just to ensure everything is straight. That is my plan. So it's Sunday afternoon here in the United Kingdom in April. We have actually had a nice sunny day today so far. Hence the reason I'm a little bit late in doing this. I did go out and do a little bit of shopping this morning. Yeah, but it was good. We went and did what we needed to do. So what I'm doing, when I put this on, because it's got sticky bits on, I just put reusable post-it tape on the back, and it stops it sticking anywhere you don't want it to. So I'm now just going to put some glue on the back. Oh, just realised my things come off. Okay, not sure why that has happened. Let's get my other glue. The trials of live videos, or rather recorded videos, because I'm not stopping the video now to redo it. If I make a mistake, I make a mistake. That's what happens. Crafting is all about making your own mistakes. Okay, I'm going to put that right there. I do have an eraser, which I might actually go over that little spot there, but I'm very happy with that so far. Okay, let's glue our memory pocket. I won't be writing my memories on here whilst we're doing this. That'll be something for me to do at a later date. Put a little bit of glue on just so we can put it down. Okay, I'm going to stick that there because I don't want it going over my piece of paper. I don't want it going over my picture, so that I can slot in there. Okay, so this particular one had lots of flowers, and it had hello, creating memories. I am going to add the creating memories label if I can find it that we already had cut out for this, and I am going to add some of the flowers as well. There we go, creating memories, because I quite like that colour. Yeah, I'm going to stick it down again using my glue. I'm just going to layer it over the top there. Okay, so now we have, from the pack, we've got some flowers that we can use. I quite like the flowers and I am probably going to use them. And I think I like that one there. But I'm going to stick it up on a dimensional, but instead of using the little ones, I'm going to use some of the bigger ones that I have, just to save time. This kit literally does come with everything that you would need. Sorry about the noise. If you can hear the noise in the background, that's my hubby just doing some work in the back garden. He's taking advantage of the fact that it's a gorgeous day outside. Okay, just peeling off those backings. I'm going to just layer that over there, just like that. Okay, and then we have some of the other flowers that we can layer on the top here. Which colours have we got? There's a yellow. This one has a yellow and a red. We can add those if we wanted to pull in the colours. That looks quite nice. Do quite enjoy that. Okay. See if there's anything else that I want to add to this particular one. There are some corners here now. These are stickers that came with the kit, so you could use them if you wanted to. I like them. They've got them so they're actually on the page. I like mine so they're slightly off. I don't know whether don't think I'm going to use all of them. Just going to maybe use 2. Just use 2, I think, to stick it down. Let's stick our flowers down on these top corners. Okay, so they have the yellow one going underneath. I'm actually going to layer the yellow one on top. And they do have one of the purpley flowers. Let me just see if I have that one cut out already. Just check everything that we have. We've got lots of different journaling cards that we can use as well. Okay. I'm actually going to, I think, take this one and I'm going to put that here to colour in, pick this light calypso, petal pink calypso corally colour. Okay. All right, now, do I want to add anything more to that? I'm not sure. I actually really quite like it as it is. I might keep all the other bits for the next page. yeah, I think I'm going to keep the rest of it for the next page. So that is one page, but do I want to cover something up just here? You know what, I am actually going to use my starfish, and I'm going to do them in petal pink, I think. Okay. See what happens when we stamp them in petal pink. Okay, I'm happy with that now. Okay, so that's first page done. So you can see there is a difference between what we've done here and what they recommended you do. As I say, I've just added an extra few bits and pieces. That's all I would want on that page. Yeah, that tells me it's Cornwall. Right, so we're going to bring in the second page for our Cornwall. So this is going to be the second page for our spread. And this time, so this has a big banner going across. So we've got that about here. And again, I've changed it up with the pictures. These are the pictures that I'm going to be using. And I do have one more. Oh, what have I done with it? Oh, here it is. There it is. So I'm going to put 3 pictures. They've also got 3 pictures, but they've set them out slightly differently, and they've used the backgrounds for their pictures. So I'm going to pick up that one there and use the background for that picture. So I'm going to layer that first. So this is what I'm going to do. So I'm going to layer this one first. I mean, this is one of the good things about these kits. You can either follow them to exactly how they want you to, you know, exactly how they're set out, or, you know, if you want to be that little bit more creative, or if your pictures don't fit the sizes, you know, you can use different things. I'm actually going to use this, and I'm going to just layer that over there, just to give that little bit of dimension over here. And I'm going to use one of the other corners that they would use, and I'm going to just layer that over there. Actually, will I use, I think I might pick up the yellow actually, or is that too bright? No, I think that's okay. Okay. So this is how I'm probably going to layer this particular one, but we're going to still use the bits, living the best life. And we've got this large piece up here, which we can add. They've got it in the corner. I'm going to actually have it probably there. I could really do with moving that out, couldn't I? There. Okay, and then we've got lots of other little bits that we can add. Okay. I'm actually going to add, this one had the hello on it. I'm actually going to use this as a bit of a hello, living the best life. But before we stamped with our...
The garage door has been left open for over 5 minutes.
I'm really sorry for that. We have an automated system in our house which does tell us when we leave our garage door open. I wasn't expecting that to come on today. So yeah, apologies for the interruption. So before we're going to do anything else, I am going to stamp again. But this time I'm going to swap the colours round. So I'm going to use Pool Party for the big stamp. let's do a third. Just going to do it down here. Oh, and I'm going to go over the top. Okay. Happy with that. Just peel that off. And then we're going to turn it over and we're going to use our bubbles. But we're going to do that in the opposite colour, which was our azure afternoon. Okay. First and second generations. I'll turn it round this time. Again, I'm apologising if you can hear that sound. That is jet washing going on. Okay, so that is that done. So now we can layer up this one. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to stick this main part down. Again, I've rounded my corners. Add some glue. And I'm just going to stick it there. That's where I want it. Okay. And then let's bring in our pictures and let's do some layering with our pictures. So I'm just going to stick a little bit of glue on the corners and I'm going to find where I want that to sit, and I think, yep, happy with that. I've layered that already, and then we just need to do this one, and I'm actually going to do it on the opposite corner. So let's put some glue on here. So our little family holiday to Cornwall followed a very difficult time in our family. Unfortunately, in the 2 months prior, well, probably 3 months prior to that, my wonderful husband had been diagnosed with cancer. And he'd gone through some treatment and various bits and pieces and other things, and then we found out that the cancer that he had is neuroendocrine cancer, and it's a long-term cancer. And he lives daily with it now. We've had it now for 7 years. Initially, when we had it, cancer diagnosis, you assume it's a life sentence and it's going to be horrific. But no, I mean, we've been very, very lucky. My husband responded really, really well to the treatment that he's on, and he's still responding really, really well to that treatment. So for our family, it's not been the horrific diagnosis we thought it was going to be. So we're exceptionally grateful for all the care and attention that we've had from the hospital. So yeah, we couldn't be more grateful about the extra time that we've had, and fingers crossed that extra time is still continuing. So yeah, as I say, we've been exceptionally lucky. But this was our first family holiday afterwards, after that diagnosis, because we still weren't sure what was going to happen, and we decided, yeah, we needed to make the most of it, take our children on another holiday, on a family holiday, and just, put some sunshine back in our lives. So as I say, that was 7 years ago. As I say, things are going grand. I mean, if you can hear the jet wash, you can hear that that's what he's doing currently, my husband. So yeah. So life is good. You initially think life is not going to be good, life's going to be difficult, but life for us here in the Armstrong household is good. We certainly have made the most of the last 7 years and will continue to do so. So my thing is, grab life while you can. Grab grab it by the horns and run with it. That would be my advice. So you never know when life's going to change. Okay, so getting back to our lovely scrapbook. Sorry for that little bit of melancholy, but as I say, things are great. Yeah. So getting back to the scrapbook. I am loving this bit now. Do I want to use this? Or shall I use... I'm just trying to work out which bit I want to use. I might actually trim this down and use this. Let me just get my scissors. Okay, I'm going to trim this. I was hopeful that I could actually do more than one page today, well, more than one spread. But judging by the time frame taken, I don't think it would be fair to keep you for longer than finishing this one off. So what I might do is that over the next few weeks, I might do the rest and video them, but then again, I may not. I can't always guarantee that I will do things that I need to do, unfortunately. Life does get in the way. So I hope you've enjoyed this little snippet into the Sunniest Stories scrapbooking kit. As I say, it is one, I got it and I went, I actually really love the colours in it. I wasn't going to necessarily use it for scrapbooking our holiday. One of the pages, if you notice, one of the pages is geared, this one here, is geared purely for books. I'm not using it for books. I'm not going to be using these book bits. I will be keeping those book bits for something else. I will be using it still to scrap our holiday. We have one of the days that we went to Land's End, but we also went to the Eden Project, and the green will either do really brilliantly for either one of those. I'm thinking probably the Land's End one to pick up some of this blue, but yeah, that I'm not going to be using that at all in the way it's meant to. Okay, so let's finish off this page. How am I going to layer these up? So we got some more flowers. I do absolutely love this picture of my husband and daughter. I have some gorgeous pictures of my son coming up. So yeah, which he doesn't like having his picture taken. So it can be a little bit difficult at times. But do we like that? Do we tie that in? Yeah, I think so. I think that's okay. I actually do quite like that. It will be interesting to see in the comments. You know, it would be great if you could put in the comments what you think. Should I have kept to the plan of the kit, or would you have done what I've done and made it your own? As I say, these kits are great if you want something very quick and easy to put together, just to document life, or, you know, if you're like me, you like just going that little bit awry. That's the word I was thinking of, awry, with how you do things. Let's put a little bit extra glue on there because I'm going to stick the other thing to it underneath, and then let's add a bit of glue on this one. Let's just tilt it, put it over there like that, and then we've got another little blue sort of element here. Okay, and then we need to stick this one down just to tie it in. Up here. Okay, so as I say, I'm not going to be writing on this today whilst we're doing this because I've already taken enough of your time. What are we on? We are currently on 35 minutes of this video and we've only done one 2-page spread. Okay, so just wanted to reiterate, you get everything you need to make 6 2-page spreads like this. So we've got this one and we've got this one. So you get everything that you need to make those 2-page spreads. I've already cut everything out and done everything that was in the kit you could put together and put everything with. And I was still left with all of this stuff. So you've got more than enough, and it keeps on coming. You've got more than enough to create and do more. So say we've got all of this as well. What you do also get is that in this kit you also get the French and German versions of these. So let me just show you. I think I've got them here. So you have the French and German version of the words. Now, at first my husband said to me, well, that's a bit of a waste of paper. What are you going to do with it? Some of these, like this, you would just cover and put date. You would just use things you can easily cover up. These things, top 10, you could always use anyway. If you can't use it, turn it over. And you could use this on your card making, as a, you could stamp it. All these little things here you could stamp. Absolutely. What you could also do is what I'm planning on doing is using this particular piece and the bit underneath this circle as a template, as a mask, and I'm going to use this as, oh, what's the word? As a stencil. That's the one I'm going to do, use it as a stencil. So I'll be stenciling over this bit and this bit, so I will get this ring around. And I'll be using that for my scrapbooking, but I'll also maybe use it on my card making. So please don't throw these bits. Excuse me. Hay fever. Lovely hay fever season. Please do not throw these bits away. Use them, utilize them. You can always use this, the bits in between, to stamp on and cut out. Yeah, don't throw them away. Use them as much as you possibly can. And as I say, things like this, turn them over and use them as a sentiment. Yeah, so that would be my, you know, do not throw them away. Use everything you possibly can. So back to this. I'm exceptionally happy in these 2 pages. They will be going straight into my scrapbook, and I'm going to be working on the other pages. I think I might actually work on those the rest of the afternoon and get them finished. So what I will do is I will post them on my Facebook, all the pages that I finish later on. Maybe not today, but it will be over the next few days. So I'm very grateful for you watching, and if you liked this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. It really does help with me making these things. And yeah, so thank you very much for joining me today, and going through the, you know, I've even forgotten the name of the kit. Oh, brain. Sunniest Stories scrapbooking kit from Stampin' Up. Yeah, so you can see the 2 pages that Stampin' Up would have, how they set things out, so it's not that different. I mean, the second one is, but yeah, so enjoy. If you love scrapbooking, take a look at some of the other kits that Stampin' Up offer, but as always, what do I always tell you at the end of my videos? No matter what you do, always remember, when you're crafting, to always craft your joy. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Bye.